Good morning. This is Friday, January 20th, 2023, and it's about 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is pretty exciting. What's going on here? As I mentioned before, I purchased some put options here. Came down, and in yesterday's update, I had mentioned I was probably going to get out of the market right after the video that I was making. So I definitely got out. I just saw this market starting to channel a little bit, and just had this feeling. So I had mentioned before, feeling is really important. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, but every trader that's been trading, 20 years or so, will tell you that it all comes down to feeling. I don't care what indicator you have, but there's no indicator here that will tell you this market's going to come up. No indicator is going to do that, except for feeling. And the feeling is just something just feels a little off. Doesn't feel like it's ready to come down yet. It's going to come up. This is an ideal situation for me because this is what I've been waiting for. Made some profit coming down. Market's going to come up maybe around here a little bit and then turn around and come back down and get back in with put options again. So that's the plan for right now. This is a plan. This is what I've been thinking about since market came down and hit. I was thinking it'd be great for this to come back up in here, settle down a little bit, and then start turning around. And that was the only way I was going to get in. So of course, when it's up in this area, I'm going to feel it, and it's going to tell me basically when to get in. And when I do get in, it's got to be a really good feeling. It's got to be pretty close to 100%, where I feel like, this is right. In the past, I would get in and I get a lump in my throat, my stomach would hurt, and I wasn't paying attention to that because I was paying attention to indicators or what the news was saying or what I thought logic was dictating. So I learned to trust my feelings. Just like if you meet somebody pretty fast, you get a feeling from meeting them. Or if you're in a business situation, transaction, or somebody's trying to force you to buy something, you get these feelings. But we ignore them because they don't last very long, and then our logical mind takes over. But in this game here, this is all feelings. That's what it is. And eventually you're going to get to that point. And if you're looking at indicators and the news and you're trying to make logic out of this, all these moves, you're going to lose money. Eventually, you'll lose money. And some of these people that are making money, they've been making money because of the bull market. It's pretty simple. You just throw a dart at any stock, and they're all going up. So it's not rocket science. That's why that saying, bull markets make dumb people look smart. Because that's what it is. It doesn't take any brains to do that. Because the market's going up, everything's going up. That's why when people diversify, they don't realize they're diversifying into the same sectors. All those sectors are in the stock market. And they think that they're doing something by diversifying, and it's not. Everything's tied in. If you have your money in mutual funds, a pension, an IRA, whatever it is, even if you have money in the bank, everything's tied to the stock market. The bank's not going to hold your money. They're going to invest it. When you have a retirement fund with your company, they're going to take that money and they're going to invest it. It's all going in the stock market. Either way, whether you're in it intentionally or not, you're in the stock market. Anyway, back to business here. Market's going up. Let's see what the Dow's doing. Yeah, Dow's looks like it's going back I don't know if it's going to poke above this line. Let's see, it's up about 155 points. It might just stay around this area. And the NASDAQ, NASDAQ's going up pretty good too, just like the ES. It's staying above this line right in this area. That's good for me. I mean, these are good trades. These are good setups, and that's what I look for. I look for setups, and I feel them, and I get in, just like I got in here. It just felt right to get in there, and definitely went down. Not that same day, but the next day. I think I got in on one of these bars. I'd have to go into the daily chart, but anyway, got in here. Like I said, didn't go down that day. It started going up a little bit. I started losing a little bit of money, but again, you don't lose money until you sell, and so it's expected to market, to hit it exactly that same day. I've done that many times, but it's not that I'm expecting that, but it's pretty cool when that happens, and then it comes down, and then it's here now. It's going up. Okay, so this is an option that I had purchased. I had purchased down here. I think I paid $7.56 or something, and I bought a bunch of options. And it came up to about here. I think I sold at 10.66, and of course the market kept going. But I sold. I'm not going to say I sold early. I sold because it's just a feeling I got. Sure, I could have hung in there. But you never really want to hang on to a position just because you feel like you might be losing out. The worst thing, the worst condition that you might have is that you're conditioned to hang on to the very end. You don't want to do that. You want to take your profits, and a profit is a profit. And actually from here to here was a really big profit for me because I got in with a lot of contracts. And now the market's coming down. It's going to hit here, and I'm figuring it's probably around here, and I'm going to buy back where I sold. And it might even go a little bit lower. So you can actually say, why didn't I just stay with it? And then the market came back, and then I bought in again. Why did I waste that time and just stay with it? Because the whole purpose of trading is you want to get in touch with that whatever the sixth sense or that feeling that tells you, because not all the time it's going to come back and to break even, or you can get in again and just go. So you want to make sure that you get out because of that feeling, then you get in again. And besides, when I get in, that option, see, look at it, it's already dropped a lot. In fact, it just hit my alert. So now it's already at pretty close to what, let's see, where is it? 1068. I sold at 1066. So it's already there. And it might even go lower. And then I'm going to catch it again going back up. These are February contracts, so I still have time for expiration. Still got a whole month. Because I don't stay in my positions for that long. The only thing is, when it starts to get close to expiration date, they start to lose value a lot faster. So you have to be right. If you're not right and it starts gyrating around here for a couple weeks, it's not going to be worth anything. So you have to make sure that this thing is going to start moving pretty fast. If you have contracts that are out further, let's say March or April, then sure, it can just bounce around all at once, and then it'll start coming up, hopefully within a month, and then you can stay with it. That's another way to play. You're not going to make as much money as the way I do this. This is you can make tons of money this way, But the other way, you can still make money, and that's good. If you're more of a conservative trader, then just go ahead and do that, and just go in for longer term. Okay, so Dow Jones is just in a little time we've been talking. It's coming up pretty good, pretty fast actually. Look at that line. And that's really good for people that eventually want to short this market. Since it's Friday, I'm not going to do anything today. It is kind of early, 8:30. I mean, this market could turn around, but for it to turn around and to start coming down here, that's just not going to happen today. But it'd be great if it just kept going up all day, and that would be the spike. And then the next bar down, I would get in. That would be, that's my intention for now. So I like seeing this. NASDAQ's up 154 points. And the ES is up 37 points. So that's pretty cool. So these are good setups for me. If I can get, 2 good setups a week, that's great. Because like I said, once you start getting in touch with your feelings and you know what this market's going to do, you don't know as far as you can't see it, but you can feel it. And when that happens, you can make tons of money going down here. Okay, so that's it for now. Again, waiting for another setup to get in, just like this was a setup. So this is let's go into a daily chart. There's a daily chart. So the only 2 charts I really look at are a daily and the 4-hour in order to get in the market. Daily, more of I can get a perspective of longer term, like we're definitely in a bear market, and I can see more of what's been happening here and what's going on in this area. So everything looks very symmetrical the way it's supposed to, and it's going up. And I get a little bit more clarity with this because I usually get in on the 4-hour chart. I look to see what it's doing, if it's channeling, which this did, and then it's starting to get weak. And so this right here, I don't know what's going on with the news. Let's see. Okay, so there's nothing positive here. Okay, there's nothing here. There's really no reason, at least in the news, for this market to go up. So why is it going up? Again, I mentioned these markets are controlled, and the people that control them, they're not controlling every move, because if they were, then we wouldn't get all these patterns. They're falling into a pattern. Like these are all patterns right here, and how the market goes up and down. So what they basically do is they steer it. They might steer this up, and people start seeing that it looks like we're back into maybe a mini bull market, and people start jumping on. And then they start realizing what's going on, and it stops, and then it starts coming down. So that's how they would control it. They might just control this one bar, and that's all they need to do. Same thing with this. They might just control one bar, and then it just takes off. It's not like they're controlling every bar. Otherwise, you just see a bunch of zigzag and no consistent patterns. So this looks good right now. I like this, and I'm going to wait. I doubt very much I'm going to get in today, and if I do get in, I'm going to wait. I would wait for a second bar on a 4-hour, which comes out around 10 o'clock, and see if that pokes up even higher. I mean, the higher this thing goes, it's great, because that means it's just going to really come down really hard too. Or it could start doing this thing right here. which is not good for options because now you're wasting time, and time is very precious when it comes to options. So I don't think it's going to do that. At least at this point, it doesn't feel like it's going to do that. It feels like it might just sit around here just for a day or two, and then it's going to start dropping. I mean, that's how I feel. And that's my feeling right now. So that doesn't mean that's what's, it could change. But see, I'm not getting in the market until I get that feeling. And when I do, it just happens. And then I just either run to my computer or I just do it on my phone. And I just get in. You know, I don't question it. It's just a feeling. And like I said, I'm pretty accurate. I'm in a 90% range as far as you can see my other videos how accurate I am. And yeah, I do take losses, but the losses are really tiny. They're small, and the gains are big. They're pretty big gains because I buy a lot of contracts. So okay, let's see what's happening. Let's see if this thing is just a failure and it comes all the way back down here. That's a possibility too. But right now I don't have any feeling about getting in. I do have a good feeling about this move, but it's not telling me an entry point yet. Okay, so that's it for today. This is Friday. Like I said, I'm probably not going to get in the market unless this thing starts doing some crazy stuff, like it just shoots straight up here, and then I'll just buy some put options going down. But other than that, looks like nothing's happening for me right now, and so we'll talk on Monday.